Now this is a bit more like it. So, day 2 of E3 has now wound down, and with 3 major conferences I'm going to be focusing on, as well as reveals from those, it's definitely picking up already, even with Sony once again sending the show out. So, let's kick things off with Microsoft and Bethesda's conference, 20th anniversary of the Xbox brand, featuring Todd Howard. Okay, so the first game I off with was the Star Reveal, which is coming out November 11th of next year, 2022. I first thought about that is, please be good. Okay? Hey, that's basically what I'm going into for all the lineup here. A mixture of cautious optimism and hype, you know? Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl looks impressive. It's coming out on April 28th, 2022, which I've not played the first one yet, but I've heard good things about it. Back for Blood is coming out October 12th. Talk about more about that later in this video, but it looks to be a successor to Left 4 Dead. And Contraband, which is a co-op action game, has potentially there's no release date. Sea of Thieves: A Pirate's Life, coming out June 22nd. Hashtag Caribbean update. Hey, it's collab, much needed for Sea of Thieves content, especially with Skull and Bones still being hold, and Yakuza Like a Dragon on Game Pass. Definitely looking forward to that, especially. Battlefield 2042, October 22nd. Might be interesting, but I don't think this happened in 21 years. 12 minutes, Annapurna's interactive mystery title coming August 19th into the system. An Annapurna game with Daisy Ridley, James McAvoy, and Willem Dafoe. Now, there's a fanfic prompt waiting to happen. A mystery involving Ray, a young Charles Xavier, and Green Goblin to interview. Yeah. And Psychonauts 2 coming on August 25th. I'm so excited about it finally happening. So 30 of their back catalog games are going to be on Game Pass, including their Maternal, optimized for the Xbox Series on June 29th. And another, so next few updates for Fallout 76. And given how infamous that launch was, I hope they can keep improving. And I'm definitely kind of glad this is the first show I've had since 2019. Just makes me wonder what the heck was in the water at that last show a couple years back. Nevertheless, the Square-Enix expansion is coming out first, July 7th. And more quality of life improvements. And the Brotherhood. And one of the things I'm looking forward to most is the Brotherhood Steel faction. The Pit is going to be coming in 2022. So they're still making Elder Scrolls 6, as well as more expensive Elder Scrolls Online, being called Blackwoods and Deadwoods. In the latter case, no word if Ian McShane is going to be in it. Really like that show. And also the Epic Voice guy announced something called Party Animals for 2022. Again, I repeat my quotation of the original Ari Berry. What is this? So, Somerville, which is coming next year. And for this year, we've got the 20th anniversary of Halo. And even though I'm not the biggest fan of that series, I understand the appeal. Halo Infinite apparently is going to have crossplay. Going to be bringing back the original developers. Not the original team, but a lot of members from it. The visuals have vastly improved since the last show. It's coming this holiday season. I think the delay was good for it. It's not ideal, but it's sometimes necessary. Diablo 2 Resurrection, which is a cross progression between platforms, coming September 23rd. I think people who are into the original games deserve a good one. Hopefully they'll be more like the Command & Conquer remaster than Warcraft 3 or 4, which is all I'm saying. A couple games actually so hype couldn't even handle the stream, such as Requiem, A Plague Tale, which is another entry in the series. more Far Cry 6 footage. I'm still concerned, but I am still loving Giancarlo Esposito's Castillo. Slime Rancher 2 coming next year. I have not played the first one yet. Shredders coming in December. Snowboarding Joel. Atomic Heart, it might be good. If this is the same game I'm thinking of, and it might not be, able to look into it. Replaced coming next year. It's been also heard about, it looks interesting. Grounded, Hitchroom and Doom expansion coming in on June 30th. I don't know what the marketing department is claiming about the game, but they're mad, personally. Hey, there's also Among Us updates coming soon. I did not even know the game was on Microsoft's platforms. Like, I know it was on PC, but I don't know if it's come to Xbox systems yet. It might have, and I just didn't know it. The Ascent, and coming June 29th. It's another promising title with another kind of buggy stream. Age of Empires 4, coming out October 28th. I've not played the first 3, but it might be good. It's a very long-running strategy title series. The Outer Worlds 2, coming next year. The first one was fantastic, and definitely like the whole tongue-in-cheek approach it took to marketing as well. Microsoft Flight Simulator is also coming out on July 27th, with a Top Gun Maverick collab coming in the fall. That's interesting. Forza Horizon 5 coming on November 9th. And a new title, Redfall, coming next summer in 2022. And the last announcement was the most amusing, the Xbox Fridge coming out this holiday season. Well, people sometimes compare, that's one of the things to compare the Xbox Series X's design to, and it's perfect for storing all your collection of Mountain Dew and Rockstar are for those long overnight gaming sessions. Yeah. Okay. Moving on to Square-Enix's conference, and still not much about Forspoken from only Project 8 this time around, but I guess we'll hear more soon. But however, a Guardians of the Galaxy game is coming out October 21st, which is looking quite stellar. It's going to be made by the same people who made the Deus Ex series. And also a soundtrack of Bonnie Tyler and Joan Jett Always Welcome. My understanding is looks like some of the previous games they made about the series. It's healing more towards a comic, and it's actually written by the same people who worked on the comic. These are some elements of the movies as well, such as the characters' personalities, elements of their appearances, and Peter having like that type of classic rock considering his mode time to remember his family as well as his entire planet by. So, yeah. I mean, remaster of the first 6 Final Fantasy games, 2D, coming to mobile, as well as Steam, so hopefully I'll be better optimized than the first 3 Dragon Quest games were. There's also Legend of Mana remaster coming on June 24th. Hopefully they do a good job with that. Be more the Trials of Mana remake, which is actually pretty decent, than the Secret of Mana remake. And also, Marvel's Avengers is still putting out more updates, and also quality of life and stability. But also, the next few story portions, the Cosmic Cube event is coming this month in June. Wasteland Patrol coming in the summertime. And the big one is going to be the Black Panther War for Wakanda expansion, which was going to be revealed last year but got delayed due to how much Chadwick Boseman. It's also why they're retooling the next movie as well. Since I'm just kind of glad that they pushed it back, so that, not just to hopefully improve its quality, but also so they didn't want to feel exploitative, man. I managed to clear the first stretch of story. I'm also thinking my series also tied with Square-Enix accounts. I'm also working on some of the Kate Bishop missions, and I'm actually kind of glad that they're rolling out more content and working on some more of the bugs and balance, man. Hopefully they don't go forward with that one about making it more grindy. Like, again, given how I play a lot of RPGs, including ones Square Enix made, so I'm not as bothered by this mechanics being so commonplace in other games as well. But I don't understand why other people wouldn't be happy with them. If they made it as tedious as some people are worried about, I wouldn't be happy either. Hitman Sniper is coming to mobile this year, but one more spin-off I am interested in is like Final Fantasy VII: The First Soldier. I mean, Integrate, I think, just came out. I mean, how as well as working on the next episodes of the remake. I mean, like, and I think it's also going to be another one that's going to be still on both PS4 and 5. I mean, Babylon's Fall, which doesn't have a release date yet, has gorgeous visuals and gameplay. Hey, might be interesting. Hang, but the voice acting is a little bit iffy. If I play this game, I'm studying the Japanese or muting it. On top of the remaster collection Life is Strange coming September 30th, there's also going to be a next game in this franchise, True Colors, on September 10th. I mean, it's kind of interesting, having elements of mystery, awakening, and also has been memed quite a bit. I mean, like the one about how accidentally a shooting oneself has actually been quite common. Like a ricochet for whenever someone makes a particularly boneheaded decision, especially over the last year or so. And the last big one was Final Fantasy Origin, Stranger Paradise. And it's coming next year, which is a prequel to the entire franchise is in the vein of a Soulsborne. I'll just deal with that as it comes. And just hope that once again it's a better origin story than X-Men Wolverine was. Yeah. And last but definitely not least was Back for Blood. And even though it was like a little ever so tantalizing taste of what's to come for this game, it's definitely looking to be the spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead that I think a lot of us have been waiting for. Or I mean, so hopefully it'll be everyone's enjoyable for her when it actually does drop up. And I'm actually kind of glad that even if it's not a true Left 4 Dead 3, given how I think the rights to that IP is still owned by the original holders, I'm glad that they let them develop something in a similar vein. That's this co-op experience definitely looks like it'll be. And I'm not sure how the PvP stuff is going to work, given how I don't remember that being that much of that in Left 4 Dead and its sequel. But I'm definitely thinking that coming out in October, we're in time for Halloween. And always good for a spooky game. Especially how to think about what kind of cleaner I'm going to be leading with, but they all look like interesting characters, and I usually have ones I like to experiment with before I determine which ones working for me and which ones don't, especially if they have alternate unique kinds of weapons and gear you can unlock too, so kudos there. And I guess that about wraps it up. I mean, I'll talk about other stuff like the Sonic Colors Ultimate gameplay tomorrow, or if not, then during my wrap up. And I'm gonna be mainly focusing on the Take-Two and Capcom stuff tomorrow. Because I still want to do a Pokémonday ahead of the Nintendo conference on Tuesday, and I will definitely see you all later. Mm-hmm.